my name is Jayers. I am a tattoo artist from Hong Kong. I've been tattooing for 16 years and I'm still loving it. When I was in school, I was always in science and I was an athlete before. I was never in any art training at all. No, I have no exposure to art. My parents are not artistic. There's not a lot of music play at home either. I don't have an artistic environment at all. When I first started tattooing, it was in Hong Kong. It was not a thing. It was not a career choice at all. It was a downgrade from what I could pursue with the other abilities that I have in terms of making a living or in terms of social status. People, like friends, would think that I was crazy. It was not something that you go into to make money when I first entered the industry. My parents definitely freaked out. It was difficult for me to know that they may not be on my side. But the fact is, I've already made up my mind when I told them, even if it means hurting the relationship with, my parent, this is something I must do. This is me. Here in Asia, I get asked this question so many times. Look, so what is the hardship that you went through being, the few female in the industry, especially back then? I mean, honestly, it wasn't that bad at all, really. Sometimes when people start to know, they will actually come to me because they feel that, oh, female must have a softer touch and must not hurt as much, which is not true. It was during my apprenticeship that I started to observe how my mentor drew, right? How you tattoo, okay, that's technique. But how you drew, how you come up with the design, that's something completely alien to me. So I just learned by observing and I just try. Okay, first of all, I'm still not using the iPad. Everything is still on paper and pen. I swear I've tried. I just can't. When I'm staring at that small screen and when I touch that hard screen, nothing comes. It's just I need that big movement in my hands and arms to create. This is an example. So I would trace the body part, and this is the back. In this case, you already have something here, and then I would do a really rough layout. This is quite structural already, so this sketch is already quite complete in my standard actually. I never liked one established tattoo style enough to just dive into that one category and give up the rest. And there's always something that I appreciate in different styles. In the beginning, I struggled a little bit because I was told that I should specialize in a style after certain years of experience. But I was I cannot choose. And eventually I started to think to myself, all the styles came from nothing. So can I just be myself and just be, maybe? And maybe I'll be fine. It was a pretty empowering, but at the same time, scary thought and to follow through because this is so different from what everyone else is doing in the tattoo industry. It was from more or less the 10th year afterwards that when I decided, you know what, I'm gonna say no to everybody, all the projects that's not most aligned to the artistic direction that I want to experiment with. And hell, that was very scary because my waitlist became significantly shorter. I would say I was left with maybe 20% of what I would get before, but 20% is all I needed. I've only got two hands, so it's not the more I get, I can do it at the same time. It's not I don't know, the stock market where you can trade different stocks at the same time. It's just one person at a time. Sometimes it gets very lonely because it feels that nobody around is doing something similar. And I would go to a tattoo convention and people tattoo artists oh, cool, what's your style? And I cannot put a name to my style either. Maybe just this. At one point, I I think it was around 2017 maybe. There was this interior designer. It was a documentary. Her name is Ilse Crawford. She was a pioneer in her style in interior design because she would focus on the human being instead of trying to just show off and make use of every inch of the space to be like super glamorous. It was all like orchestrating how a person feel when you enter a space, and that resonated with me like so much, because at that point I was trying to always personalize a tattoo according to the person asking for it. I knew at that time on some online forums there are people that say, okay, if you want realism, you go to that guy. If you want like traditional Japanese, you go to that guy. If you have some idea but you don't know how to present it, you go to Jayers. She can read your mind. She would present that idea as a tattoo like so nicely for you. I think like given some time, then I started to appreciate that. I started to understand my gift because I'm like sensitive to people and sensitive to things. When I create, I like to create something imaginary, something that I do not see in real life. So, needless to say, I don't like doing realism because I feel like, I see it that way already. And when I draw, I always want to go beyond that. Like lately, I've been doing a lot of like trying to transform this three-dimensional world that I see or concepts into like a two-dimensional presentation. Well, personally, for my own artistic journey, it was this one back piece of Tree of Life. Yeah, I feel that with that tattoo, it was a breakthrough for me in terms of style. I was searching for it for my own voice for a few years before that, and like I've been slowly shipping things, and then with that one back piece, I finally felt that, yeah, this is the direction I want to go for, and that's why I still keep posting it, even though it's like been, I don't know, like years. But I made sure the guy also know, like, that, like that was a pivot point for me. What do I enjoy the most about tattooing? I love how it used to be like a freaking pirate ship. Yeah. And people are kind of transforming it into a cruise ship now. And I didn't make up this comparison. I just saw it somewhere else like recently. And I was like, yes, that's it. Like we were a bunch of outcasts. And so you wouldn't really care what other people think, you were just like there doing what you want, what you believe in. I mean, my baseline is I'm not hurting anyone. It's just like real people minding their own business. That's it. There was one more documentary, one more artist that influenced me a lot, that reassured me a lot. It was a local Hong Kong artist. In that documentary, he mentioned if you're doing something that you love, why do you get off work? Like you would want to keep doing it. And that's exactly how I felt. Yet I often get questioned by people, like, oh, why are you working so hard? You don't get paid overtime. It's just like there's so much to do. You should take a rest. And I'm like, this is not me being harsh to myself. Like I love this. This makes me happy. And like, why do you want me to like stop, or why do you want me to take a break? I think the most difficult thing is how to stay true to why I'm doing this, even after years of doing it. And like environment change, right? And the economy change, and what you want to pursue change as well. Just like stay being honest with myself and just keep working towards what I actually want. Keeping this thing that make me happy in the beginning, keep making me happy now. That is that is one big wisdom. Tattooing will always be a part of my life. That hasn't changed since the day I started. I think that in the near future, I would like a little detox from all the buzz in the city and, you know, like the social media, how the industry it's heading like this one direction that is not exactly where I want to go. So yeah, being in a place like Hawaii would help next year to focus more on the creativity itself. It's always a dilemma though, because what I truly want for myself is always just like be away from the crowd and just do my own thing. Yet at the same time, I always have this missionary heart to like always want to do something for other people, and that's why I started this whole hygiene education called ABUP, because seeing how the industry is like just exploding in Hong Kong, but a lot of newer tattooers may not necessarily have the proper knowledge or insight in like the safety of the industry. So I spent a lot of resource in hoping to like educate. Definitely still trying to figure out how I can balance all the things that I want to do for myself and how to, you know, be with my family at the same time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.